about the opportunity in terms of value add. So can we speak a little bit about the business around value add and manufacturing? And I'll start with the lady who's with the gray. Yes. Yes, sure, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Please go right ahead. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Excuse me. Could you ask them to close the door because it's very noisy?
Can you close the door, please? Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, my name is Emma Jiru. I'm the CEO of Innovative Academic Business Solutions. Honorables, I just wish to bring out some innovation that I want also back from what Professor Ferret has talked about and what Madame has talked about. We just had a meeting yesterday with the PS of Professor Amadi. And I want to say that we have come up with an innovation. For the first time in I think Africa, we launched an innovation where we are having a tripartite relationship between the academia, the industry, and the government. And what basically is happening is that we are now at the road of transforming the way agriculture students' industrial attachments are done. We are partnering very much with the TVET and KICD, NITA, AAIM, universities, and also the industry. What we expect to get out of this is to basically have to solve issues like the curriculum, because we realize that many are going to school to be employed. But what is happening is that we believe that by the end of 3 years, we'll be able to bring in the industry, bring in the academia, and also the government to look at the way attachments are being done specifically for agriculture. And what is going to happen is that by the end of it all, we're working with 5,000 students and 5,000 farmers, and at least 200 industries involved. So why I came to this meeting today is because there's a big place for ICT, because if you're going to be able to transform the way attachments are done, basically ICT is one of them. And one of the biggest challenges that is being discussed in this is how there's going to be a connectivity between the industry and the universities to be able to take in students that are able to actually do agriculture at the level that they feel is really coping up with them. So we are also calling upon the people in this team and also the many that are here so that we can be able to continue together. But we have a lot of that we can be able to answer.
Sure. Could I yield to the lady first, then we'll come to you because she actually had a hand before, then we'll come back to you.
So my name is Linda and I'm a director at MFAM Limited. And at Strathmore University, I'm serving as an entrepreneur in residence at the Innovation Lab. So one of the departments that I really like is the IoT Lab, which is headed by Leonard Mabele, who's here. And one of the things that we're working on is looking at different technologies. We keep on exploring and experimenting how to develop products that can actually make life at the farm easier. So we're looking at, of course, the irrigation systems that can actually help to reduce some of the time and labor expectations by the farmers to look at crop nutrition. In addition to that, one of the areas that we're looking at is employing the youth and making sure that they are participating in repairing these irrigation systems, making sure that they're setting them up and showing their parents that we can actually do agriculture in a different way. But the biggest challenges that we're facing, for instance, in Meru is internet connectivity, you know? And I really believe, oh, I don't know why we're smiling, but it's internet connectivity at the rural area. So since we're here with ICTA and potential partners, is to look at how then do we convert those hubs in the rural areas that are going to be deployed in the 200 constituencies to actually work for agriculture, because we keep on saying that agriculture is the backbone, but I really believe we're now moving into services as the backbone of Kenya to some degree. We are moving away from agriculture, I do not know, but still food is important, and if it's one of our 4 pillars or the 4 key deliverables by the government, then we should look at working with people like Liquitelecom, Safaricom, you know, making sure that supply chain has been well handled, and really information dissemination and availability cannot be done without this. The other thing that we're doing with MFAM is opening up our platform for extension service workers. Again, if we do not have proper connectivity, they don't have the right content to actually assist the farmers with, you know? So we are looking at working with 200 farmer-based organizations in the next 3 months and working with 100 schools so that they can be able to access affordable or, I would say, reliable food supplies and involving the smallholder farmers. But again, connectivity is an issue.
Okay, so I will come back to Victor to basically, give a response to that and what they're doing because they're here in the room. But I will let Professor Denton, please go ahead. And please, people in the audience, I really want to hear from you. Like I said, we want your input, so I'll come back to you.
Yeah. I think I just want to express a bit of concern about the industry 4.2. We are through by 4.2. It means we have identified the other industrial revolution, first industrial revolution, second industrial revolution, and third industrial revolution. And as a country, we have not fully resolved the issue of the first industrial revolution, second industrial revolution, and third industrial revolution. But what we risk having is that we could end up discussing the first industrial revolution and the other, and that will crowd our vision of the threats that are likely to come from the fourth industrial revolution, and also miss out on the opportunities that should come from the fourth industrial revolution. As we speak, much of the world is not sure of how the fourth industrial revolution will shape up. So I think the discussion that we can have is not one that presumes that this is already the way it is going to happen, but trying to imagine what's going to happen and prepare for that. And I'm saying that because I think there's a risk we miss the bigger issues. I give an example. And I give an example of this because I have been following the approach to manufacturing. The manufacturing countries are very much worried about what is going to happen when 3D printing becomes widely adopted. A lot of our Tibetan institutions already have 3D printing, and you can make devices. We have made some of the equipment we require ourselves in the lab instead of buying. So they are creating strategies to enable, to position them in a way that they'll continue being leaders